Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video I'm going to do a little Q&A for you guys because this week, I don't know what's happened, it must be like university deadline, but I've been having so many emails and questions for you guys for university questions. So all the questions are kind of interlinked and you guys have sent me really similar questions. So I thought I'd just put them all together in my notes page and read them to you and give you as much information as I can. So I really hope I can help you with your projects and give you a little bit of insight to my photography brain. So the first question is, what do you love the most about being a photographer? I love my job. Like, it's not normal how much I love my job. Everyone's like, I'm so jealous how much you love your job. Like, I can't explain how much I literally love it. It's being a photographer, like being so creative and like all these visions in your mind that you want to create and then creating it. I can't explain that feeling. It's just insane. And like working with all these like creative people who really like get your vision and like you want to create the same thing, like that feeling for me is the best thing, and that's why I love being a photographer and just creating images that I just basically love and always wanted to create. What did you do during the first few months after graduating from university? After graduating, I just worked so much. I think I was working 7 days a week, just shooting and shooting and shooting, like really trying to develop my style, what I wanted to do, and I just took every opportunity that came to me basically. How did you get started? Getting started for me was actually like, I didn't even expect to fall into fashion photography. I was really into like fine art photography basically. I just happened to get messaged by a blogger on Instagram who asked me to shoot. Went on the shoot and I absolutely loved it. I was like, this is what I want to do. So I literally shot for free, I would say between 6 to 7 months, and just got my name out there and just asked obviously the girls to tag me for me to do them basically a free photo shoot. And during that time I was really learning about my camera, like lighting, positions for poses for bloggers, what works, what doesn't work, lifestyle imagery, like all of that, and that's kind of how I got started really. How do you photograph models in London and when you're away? Models in London, I mean I haven't shot loads of models in London actually, it's mainly been bloggers for the last year and a half, but recently I've really wanted to reach out to models and to shoot with models because it's just another platform I want to get creative at and learn from basically. Shooting models in London, I have messaged a few agencies in London, but also just messaging, literally just using Instagram as your biggest social platform. Like Instagram, they can see your work instantly through a DM, like they can just look at your page and be like, oh, do I like that style, do I like that style, and they can instantly make that decision if they want to work with you. When I went to like Melbourne for example, I got in contact with Chadwick Models, which is a modelling agency in Melbourne. So I literally just rung them up and was like, look, I'm here for 2 days, if you've got any models that would like to work with me, like I'm really happy to do it. So that's kind of what I do when I'm away, and yeah, just like doing your research before you go away. So I'm going to LA in I think 3 weeks, so I've already organised and messaged girls who are in LA who I really want to photograph, because that is actually a holiday, but I'm just going to do some photos anyway because I'm addicted. Yeah, I would just say, just do some research, use social media to your advantage. Your favourite shoot and why? Oh, that's such a hard one. What's my favourite shoot? I have just shot Sarah's swimwear in Tenerife campaign and that was insane and I loved it. I learned so much from that shoot as well, so maybe that's my favourite because I feel like I learned so much from it, and it was shooting like direct light, creating shadows. The whole point of the campaign was to create that kind of like shadows and orange vibe. So maybe I think that might be my favourite. How long did it take to create your own style? I feel like my style comes from, again, just shooting. Like that's the best experience you're gonna get, is just shooting. When you're shooting so much, I guess you're just learning, and then you're learning what you like and what's working for you. So I feel like my style, I don't know how long it would take me. I feel like maybe even like straight away. I just kind of went in with it and just thought, and I was not thinking like, oh, that's what everyone else is doing. Like I thought, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I think it's just learning that really, and like I feel like my style has really developed over the last year, 100%. Do you think it's important to be able to do video too? I feel like you don't necessarily have to do video as a photographer, like it's completely up to you. You might not like video, you might hate video, you might detest video, but I like video. I've always liked video. I've always studied media studies at school. I love films. I've always loved video, so I do it sometimes. It's not like, it's not my best thing, it's not my high. I'd I can't speak. I'd much rather pick photography over film any day, but if I have to do a bit of video, then I'm not going to complain about it, so I quite like it. And especially like incorporating video and like GIFs and like creating like things with photos, with video, and I also love like filming like all the vlogs and the travel vlogs and all that stuff. So I don't think it's necessary that you need to do it, but I guess it's a perk if you can, and you might get booked for more if you can do both. How many places do you get to travel to over a year, and which has been your favourite so far? I mean, this year has been mental. I think I've already done Australia, Bali, Hong Kong, what else did I do? Mauritius, Tenerife and Spain, and I go to Thailand on Monday. So this year it's turned so travel based. So I think last year, I can't remember how many I did, I think I did like 10, 11, and my favourite has to be Bali in November with We Are Komodo. That was just the best trip of my life. I don't know what happened, but I just came home a new person. Bali is therapy, 100%. Do you think a photography degree is needed? No, I don't think it's needed. I mean, I did it because that was happened to be my situation at that time in my life. I don't think my job really existed when I started to go to university. It's definitely not needed. I mean, it's definitely like, I can't say it hasn't helped me, because it has. It allowed me to, one, be in London. You know, it pushes you creatively to like hit deadlines, and business wise I think it helped, and kind of developing really understanding what you like and what you want to do. But I don't think it's necessary. I think, like I said to you, like I could have just probably done this if I just did experience and like interned and just worked for free, because that's how you're going to learn. Someone's not going to employ you over someone who's got experience because you've got a degree. I really don't think so. And since I've graduated, I've not once had to show my degree, so I don't think it's necessary. But personally, it depends on the person. Like, it helped me, I can't deny that, but I am in a lot of debt now, so that's not fun. Is there anything else that you really aspire to achieve in the future? Achieve campaigns. I would love to do more of them. I'd love to do a bit more campaign work, definitely get more confident at it as well, especially with flash, because I'm not a major flash photographer. When it comes to dealing with pricing your photography services, how do you go about knowing how much is right to charge? Okay, I'm literally the most awfulest person when it comes to money. I hate it, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, if I could just shoot for free forever, I would. I feel like I undercharge for a very long time, and like when you're having like your clients telling you you're undercharging and telling you to put your prices up, you're like, okay, I think it's time to put my prices up. But I did it slowly, and I did it when, I think do it when you feel confident to. You'll know when the time's right. Do you shoot on JPEG and RAW combined? No, I don't. That is on my list. I know it's a simple thing to learn on my camera, but I actually don't know how to do that. So that's on my little list to learn on YouTube on my commute in the morning. So I will do that tomorrow. What is your favourite editing app right now? Ugh, I love every editing app right now. It's always going to be VSCO. Let's just be real. VSCO is my favourite editing app, but I'm loving Unfold right now as well. That's like Instagram stories. If you watch my Instagram stories, that's what I've been using to kind of create these kind of collages and stuff, so I'm loving that. But that's like an Instagram story app, not really editing. So editing is VSCO, always. Did you always want to be a photographer? No, actually. When I was younger, I think like any little girl, I wanted to be an actress or a pop star. I knew I wanted to be a photographer when I was about 15, I'd say 15, 14, when I was studying GCSE art. I loved art, but like I didn't want to do art, I wanted to do the photography side. So my art teacher actually let me do photography in my GCSE, because my school didn't provide photography GCSE. So I did art, but then I only did photography. And I managed to get away with it, I don't know how. And then I went on to A-level photography, and then I also did an art foundation, and then I did obviously my degree. From that moment, I always knew I wanted to do photography. I was literally that girl at school who would photograph and video everything going on. I was just obsessed with like capturing everything. And I even made like my year 11 end of year assembly video, which I basically captured everything from year 7 to year 11, and I just created this massive video. It took me hours, but I loved doing that, and it was so nice to watch that at the end of the year of like all my peers, all these like memories and stuff. And everyone always said to me like, you're going to be a photographer, like you've always had that passion. Even though I was doing like my drama plays at school, I was also doing the photography for all the brochures and all the posters. What software do you use to send images to your clients, and at what format do you normally send them in? I normally use WeTransfer. WeTransfer is so good because then you also get an email saying when they've downloaded them. So that's really good for like communication wise. Dropbox is sometimes really good as well because that goes directly to people's phones, but I always use AirDrop as well, so it kind of just depends. And my format is normally JPEG because the photos are obviously all just going on Instagram, so they don't need to be any bigger than that. Did you study at university? If so, where? I did study at university. I studied at UAL in London, which is, I think it's University of Creative Arts, I think that's what it stands for. I could be completely wrong, but it's like a big chain of them. So I was at London College of Communication. How did you begin to look for photography jobs once you graduated? Was it difficult? I know I keep going on about it, but it's Instagram. Literally, like that's how like you find your jobs, by like just creating an amazing portfolio, and then people will come across you and they'll see your work, and yeah, just promoting yourself in your style as well. Then you also get booked for your style, which I also think is really important and so amazing about Instagram. It is difficult, like being a photographer and freelance, it is difficult because you know you've got to make sure there's all these jobs coming in, and it's scary to think that one day that could stop. What do you think is the best way to get yourself and your photographic work recognised? Social media, guys. Social media is like the best way to get yourself recognised. It's a free platform which, if you do it right, people can see your work in an aesthetically pleasing way. Instagram, for example, is amazing. Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook even. And even apparently LinkedIn is apparently a great social media thing, which I need to get onto. I feel like that's my next social media I need to get good at. Do you think that London would definitely be the place to go to find the best career in photography? I used to definitely think this, because that's why I actually chose London over Bournemouth University, because I wanted to be in the centre of the city. I wanted to go to all the exhibitions and, you know, have all them kind of London city experiences with photography, and like having obviously great backgrounds everywhere in London. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best place in the world. I think nowadays you can create content from anywhere in the world and it will look insane. So I think London is an amazing city, but I also think you don't necessarily need to be in London to do photography. Do you think photographic work opportunities naturally come to you, or do you look for them? Ooh, interesting. Well, I've been reading a book recently, and it is called The Secret. If you don't know about The Secret, you need to go and get The Secret. It has changed the way I think about things, and it's definitely all about the law of attraction and being positive. Since reading that, I feel like more opportunities have come to me. I don't know if it's psychological or whatever, but I do feel like more opportunities have come to me. When I first started off, honestly, like I can't stress to you enough how much I worked. I was working 7 days a week. I didn't see my friends. My family were like concerned. I just literally commuted to London, did like 3 or 4 shoots, come back, edit all of them, get them sent that night, and then do the same again. Like I really did work to get like a style and understand photography, and especially street style photography. But now I feel like opportunities do come to me more often, because obviously now I have created my style, I've put my name out there. But I feel like definitely like just thinking more positively about photography and knowing and visualising what you want to do and what opportunities you want. If you've read The Secret, then you're going to be like, yes, but if you haven't, you're going to be like, what on earth are you talking about? But trust me, read The Secret. I noticed you shoot for In The Style. How long have you been photographing for them, and how did this opportunity arise? So I met Adam at the Clothes Show, I think in 2016, like Christmas time. We just got chatting about like social photography and all that stuff, and they emailed me when I got home, so I started shooting some of their social content for all their collaborations with all the reality girls, and it just worked out, so now I shoot all the social. But also I've been in a few campaigns, which is really exciting, but also so nerve-wracking. Like I get really nervous before I shoot campaigns. It's cool, and yeah, so I love working for them. They're such a great company, and I love working with all the people I work with. Such a nice team, honestly. Do you have any advice regarding the next steps after graduation? My advice would just be inspired, and if you have an idea, do it, because if not, someone else will. So you need to go for it. If you have an idea, an inspirational idea, go for it. If you're shooting, like if you've got an opportunity, you're not doing anything, then go and shoot. Just message someone, anyone, a friend, a family member, anyone. Like the more you shoot, the more you're gonna learn. So that would definitely be my advice. Just connect with people and shoot in your style. Do your clients get a disc of images or do you do it all online? I do it all online. I'm an all online girl because no one uses discs anymore. Like my laptop doesn't even have a disc. When building your portfolio, when did the transition happen to charge? So like I said earlier, like I did shoot for free a lot of the time, and how I kind of worked was you kind of had the first shoot for free, and then if you liked my way I shot and like my style, I would then charge for the next one. That's kind of how I started to transition to charge, if that makes sense, and that way I got more confident to charge and all that stuff. But that's kind of how I did the transition. When working with brands, do they provide the equipment of lighting? If you're going to work at a studio, lighting's normally there. And the only lighting I actually own is 2 soft boxes and my A1 flash. So if I always bring that with me anyway as a backup, because you never know what's going to happen. And my last question is, social photography, how did you get into it? Like I said, it just kind of happened. I didn't go looking to become a social photographer, it just kind of happened, and I'm so happy it did. But again, I just created my social media page, made sure I posted all the time, because that's my portfolio now, and I just kind of fell into it, I guess, by shooting influencers, bloggers, and now obviously shooting for a few brands, and now travel has become a bit of a thing. So I hope I answered all the questions. If you have any other questions, please comment below and I will answer them for you happily. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.